Hello, today I'm going to manually test the KDE applications that are presented as Linux Snap packages in the official Snap store. So Linux Snap is a packaging mechanism in Linux. The other two similar ones are UpImage and Flatpak. This is the App Store, snapcraft.io. Let's search for KDE. Select one of these applications, such as KDevelop, and then click on the publisher KDE, which is this subtitle KDE, below the title, which is the name of the application. The URL should be snapcraft.io/publisher/KDE. And in here we have applications from the KDE community. Let's try to install them one by one and see if they behave as expected. Let's start with KRuler. Let's see how we install it. I'm on the Linux operating system Ubuntu 24.10. We can use the command line. Sometimes it takes minutes for this step to finish the automatically connect eligible plugs and slots. By far, this is the step that takes the most time on my computer. Not downloading the various pieces, the various snap images, not mounting them or running them or anything else, but this step with automatically connecting eligible plugs and slots. So maybe this is an issue. Let's write it down. So this step So the first application that I have installed, KRuler, the first issue that I have encountered, there is no way that this is not a bug, totally is a bug. More than 2 minutes just sitting here, not doing apparently anything. What could possibly the step automatically connect eligible plugs and slots do to take 2 minutes? And my computer is fast. Okay, let's see if we can just run. How do we run it? Okay, so I have run which KRuler, and it said that KRuler is installed on my computer, not from /usr/bin, which would be a Ubuntu 24.10 deb binary package, but from snap into /snap/bin/KRuler. Okay, let's see if we can move KRuler around. Let's see if we can measure the width of this button. One 6. 215 pixels wide. Maybe 216. Okay, let's flip. Rotate R. Okay. That's probably 40 pixels. In order to actually measure correctly the size, I would probably take a screenshot, zoom it on in GIMP, and then measure there. Okay, so the most important features, moving the ruler around and flipping the ruler, which is rotate. Do work. And then changing the width of the ruler. Also works. So extremely similar to the Windows application JRuler, which is not a Java application JRuler. Okay, let's see what else we have in here. About works correctly, correct theme, breeze, KDE screen ruler, Qt 6.6. Now that's an interesting combination. So it says that Qt is version 6.7.2 and KDE framework is 6.6. Okay. That's okay. box.kde.org. Let's see if it can open a web browser correctly. It can. Emails. Next up, configure language. Donate. What is happening? Let's see if KDE.org works. I guess it's down for a second. But KDE.org usually runs, so this will be just for a short while that KDE.org does not run. Okay, issue number 2. The product manual, which is called KDE Screen Ruler Handbook. KDE.org is down, so nothing works from that domain. So we can't really... Okay, so it started working. KDE.org. Maybe there's different websites. KDE.org versus docs.kde.org. Okay, it takes us to KRuler handbook. Let's see if it offers the correct handbook. So it's a handbook that doesn't have a publishing date. I'm not sure what this thing means. The question is, was this product manual built from the KDE Git master branch or from the version 24.12.2 of the KRuler KDE Git repository? Hopefully so. I cannot prove that because I don't see any timestamp on the PDF, for instance. In here it says KDE applications 17.08 instead of saying KDE Gear 24.12.2. So I cannot prove that this product manual is at least at this version or newer. That would be a bug. Let's actually pretend it's a bug. Next up, configure KDE screen ruler. Font, background color, system tray. Let's see if show tray icon works. Yes, it does. But I cannot prove that the icon is correct. In my opinion, this icon is not okay because it's lacking the vertical line at the right border. So that's KRuler, tray icon is clipped 1 pixel at the right. We might even want to create some screenshots at this point. How do we do that? Let's see if we can do it with the GIMP. Okay. So this part, I cannot prove it's okay. Okay. Export as today's date, and that's KRuler, tray icon, missing right margin. Okay, so now we know for the text of the issue, we sometimes have a screenshot of the issue. Okay, next up, configure KDE screen ruler. Let's see if the tray icon works correctly. Restore. How do we minimize this thing? Minimize. Restore. Minimize. It minimized to tray. So the first time when I minimized from the window manager icon, it minimized to the icons only task manager, but when I minimized it from the system tray icon, it minimized to the tray. Okay. I'm not sure why the settings dialog starts exactly on top of the screen ruler. Why doesn't it appear here? I always think that I have accidentally closed the screen ruler. Let's move the screen ruler at the top right corner. And now start the settings dialog. And This is what's maybe possible technically. You just have centered both windows, both the main window of the application and the settings window, but still it doesn't look great. Okay, so KRuler settings dialog is centered on the main window. Like this. Let's make a screenshot of this thing. KRuler settings log. Okay, what else? Advanced. Let's see if search works. What was that font? Does work. Always on top. But always on top should also be configurable here. No, it's not. So you need to go to the settings dialog to make it not stay on top. Okay. Configure keyboard shortcut. So this thing is a shared KDE frameworks dialog, probably from KXML GUI. The only thing that might not work here is the icons. Maybe some of the icons are not from the correct place, which is from the default KDE icon theme Breeze. Might be from, I know, the default icon theme on the Linux operating system. I cannot prove that that's the case. And then maybe not all of the possible shortcuts actually work correctly. I'm not going to test these things right now. Manage schemes, what's that? I could also test printing, but not now. Let's export the scheme. I can see the file has been created. A.shortcuts. Let's make turn right left. And import it. And right should now be left. And it does work, correct. Okay, so when I click here, turn right should be L. And it's not, it's still R, not L. So manage schemes, more actions, import A.shortcuts, open. I can see that instead of R, there's the shortcut L. And what? Okay. And now L works correctly. Okay. It did work correctly. And that's about it. Great, so that was KRuler. Next up, another application. So KRuler was one of the simplest because it doesn't need the networking. It doesn't touch that many files, doesn't have a database, doesn't need daemons, dbus, etc. Let's see an application that's as simple. Contrast this thing. These are the debug logs, as it were, shown to standard output. It's showing probably just errors and maybe also warnings. And this is an error about udisks2 dbus. I'm not sure why udisks needs to talk to KRuler. KRuler is just a window on the screen, doesn't care about partitions and drives and partition tables and stuff like this. USB drives. So this, I would say, is a bug. Probably not KRuler needs udisks, but udisks is used by Solid, and for some reason Solid is loaded inside of this process. although it should not. But it is because maybe, I know, KRuler depends on KIO, maybe indirectly through other KDE frameworks. Okay, next up, contrast. Let's see how we close KRuler. Right click, quit. Are you sure? Yes. And now we have the bash command line terminal free. Let's see if we can install without sudo. Let's snap install contrast. And it seems to work correctly. And contrast has finished installing in a couple of seconds, which is what I would expect. Let's start it. What is it doing? It's using SQL for migrating a very old setting. What is this thing? SQL queries, create table if not exists, saved color model, integer primary auto increment. Okay, so maybe the settings of the application use maybe an SQLite database. Select everything from saved color model. Okay, let's see if the app works. Invert, on size, randomize. I'm not sure if this thing does anything. Font size. Mark as favorite. Okay, and now we see how it does it. Insert into saved color model, name, foreground, background, and then values, and it's using a what's this? SQL parameters. Okay, what's this? Color picker. Okay, that's about it. So the main window works correctly from what I see. So this contrast is bad. Perfect. There's good, perfect, and bad. Wow. Contrast checker. So the application is named both contrast with the lowercase k, contrast with the uppercase k, and contrast checker. The same version, 24.12.2. The URLs are correct. I'm not sure what this text is. Copyright. Seems like a bug. So about dialog shows the text copyright. Maybe some text is missing after the copyright, or maybe there's an expander here, or not exactly sure. Let's also create a screenshot. I'll create screenshot. Tile screen. Okay. And this text. Export. Let's contrast. Okay. This screenshot. Okay, what else? GPL v3 is, this window is very narrow, but at least it does line wrap, so you do not need to scroll left, right. So, okay. And I would put a close button in this thing. These applications are not from Git master branch, so it's not a very latest version of the application. 24.12, it might be, I don't know, 2 months old source code. Help. So this is the replacement for the product manual, the handbook. For normal text 4.5 and for large text 3. Or 4.5 versus 7. So there's two standards, AA and AAA. Okay, the text looks okay. I have proofread this text, so it seems okay. I have clicked on the button favorite twice. Mark as favorite this button. And this is the list of color pairs that I have favorited. Text and background. And doesn't have any title, so the title is... I can see that there's a title in here, or a name. Maybe the name is support for a future feature. I do not see anywhere where I can provide the name or where I can edit the name in the list of favorite colors. It's using English US, which is great. So not fav OU. which would be English GB, English UK. And that's about it. Great. Next application. Commit. What is that? So it says 2nd of November 2023. Is that correct? So the latest version is 1.6.0. From 9 months ago. Maybe. Maybe they're transitioning from Qt 5 to Qt 6. Qt Major version 6. So from what I see, it supports both Qt 5 and Qt 6. One 643. Yeah, so it's at a state where the Git master branch can be compiled both for Qt 5 and for Qt 6 from what I see. Maybe the support for Qt 5 and KDE Frameworks 5 is finished, okay, done, and maybe there was no release yet for the Qt 6 version of the project. Commit 102, so that's incredibly old. Okay, so this is a bug. Snap package version is 1.0.2 instead of 1.6.0. There's no reason to create a snap package into the stable channel to put it on the official Snap store if it's not created from a release of the project. So source code from the Git master branch should not be made available through the official Snap store. First, they would need to do another release because this one is 9 months old. After they create a release, a software release, then that release will need to be packaged for the Snap store. But while that is happening, while a new release of commit of the commit application is being created, it would be better if we start packaging 1.6.0 instead of 1.0.2. It's a bug in the sense that it's an imperfection. It's not like somebody is paid to make sure that the latest release of KDE software is made available into the Snap Store. There's no such pressure, there's no such employee, but it's not perfect. So what I'm writing here is issues, imperfections. Okay, let's see what commit does. Attention, sudo snap connect commit GPG keys if you wish to use your pre-existing keys. Wow. How can I copy this thing? Okay, so the fact that K dialogues are not copy pastable, that's a bug. I should just do Control C as in Windows and it should work. So again, in Windows, when you use the message box function, which is a Windows 32 API function, the dialog that's shown, you just go Control C on it and then Control V and it should work correctly. This is a better dialog in the sense that I didn't even know that I can select text, so that's really great. But still, why not have Control C built in, so implemented? Maybe somebody doesn't know that this is not a label, but a single line text edit that's selectable and has the background color of the dialog. Okay, let's actually run these things, but why snap connect with sudo? Makes no sense. I want to do this thing only for the current user. Okay, but let's do it. Control Shift T, Control Shift V. Okay, let's close the application such that the changes take effect. Okay, this is totally a bug. Even if I have run these two command lines when I start. Why would this issue be present? I'm not sure. This is extremely annoying to have the modal dialog appear 1,000 of times, especially if you're used to using commit similar to the way you would use git GUI or git k from the command line, such that you open it 1,000 times per day. So maybe this is a snap thing. It doesn't manage to save this setting. I don't know, let's run this thing again. What can I do? Should I run these two command lines one by one? Okay, very, very, very important bug. This dialog should either check if these two snap connections are performed, then the message box should not be shown, or have a checkbox in here, don't show next time or something. Maybe the dialog is not part of commit, is just part of the packaging commit as snapshot, as a snap package. Who knows? Okay, this thing totally doesn't look okay. I cannot prove that any of these icons are the correct icon theme. This remotes icon, for instance, doesn't resemble at all the overview icon or the authors icon. Remotes is using 2 pixel lines and authors is using 1 pixel lines. Maybe this icon is, I don't know, 12 pixels stretched to 16 pixels or something. Only this icon is colorful, the rest are symbolic. That's also not great. It's using the wrong theme because it's using Qt 5. Okay. Okay, let's see if we open this application on top of an existing Git repository. KDE src kconfig. So this is a Git repository. Doesn't show anything by default. So that's totally a bug. So the fact that you need to run commit space dot instead of commit, that's totally a bug or a feature request. I run git GUI. I don't need to say git GUI space dot. Let's actually see that. So git GUI looks like this. It automatically sees that it's a Git repository. It has access to its history. It knows that the current branch is master. Looks at the changed files. Okay, so this shows the history by default, which is git k, the application that starts from git GUI, main menu, repository, visualize all branch history. Or not. Where is this branch kf5? What do we actually see here? So master, origin master, 3 git commits, doesn't say the date, why not? I cannot scroll left, right, so that's a bug. I cannot see the column for the date. Missing icons. Open last repo at startup. Why would you do that? Okay, so plenty of maybe, I don't know, missing features. So commit main overview main list view should have a column timestamp. So similar to this column in git GUI, the third column. And maybe also a second column with who did the commit. Okay, then I cannot see the kf5 branch. So maybe it's showing the history for just the current branch by default. I'm not sure what's showing here. Reference branch, what is that? There's a ton of branch. That's hundreds of branches. Okay, lots of issues or missing features. So it should have a left, right scroll bar. Should show all remote branches. Authors. Kind of like a static statistic. How come it shows authors with 0 commits? Based on what? Wow. Why wouldn't it show the differences by default? When I select a change, a git commit, it should show the diff automatically. Like this. Okay, not feature parity with git GUI. which is to be expected. Launch bug report wizard. This URL is correct. Ubuntu Core 22, so that's 2022. The previous LTS, the current Ubuntu LTS version is Ubuntu 24.04, and this is Ubuntu 22.04 from 2.5 years ago. From almost 3 years ago, okay. Handbook. No such thing, so this is probably not using QML but using Qt widgets, and it's using KXML GUI, and KXML GUI has a item for commit handbook F1. But something should be wired here, a URL or something. It's not okay to ship an application if inside the menus you have an item that doesn't do anything. And it's also assigned the keyboard key F1, so also that thing doesn't do anything. It's lacking a ton of polish, so probably we will be able to find more issues fast than we do. So left hand is the view. Does not have icons. This is probably because the application doesn't ship icons bundled. All KDE applications should ship bundled for the Snap platform the icon theme Breeze. Or maybe there's a way of reusing another snap or connecting to an existing snap that provides the Breeze icons. But still, some effort needs to be done, either at compile time to link to KIcon themes, which is also a KDE framework and contains the icons, and the icons will be part of the resources of your executable, or to use the icons, the icon theme Breeze, in the way that it's meant to be used on Snap packages. Commit diff tool, commit merge tool, git proxy. Git binary path. Double clicking on a git commit doesn't do anything. I'm not sure what application is this one that's showing differences between the same file at different Git versions. So here 2025 was added, so so 2025 should be highlighted that this is what changed. The color scheme is totally not okay. there's not enough contrast between these two colors. Okay, let's stop testing this application because we need hours to find all of the issues in this application. Okay, next up, another application. So there's labplot and kmplot. Historic and temporary file cleaner. These things should totally not have been snapshot, not have been provided as a snap package. Why is it offered as a snap package? KDE applications recently used documents, Clipper, run command, so that's krunner. Recently used apps in the KDE start menu. Where is that recently used things? I don't see it. Cached thumbnails. Web history is for Conqueror, web cache for Conqueror, cookies for Conqueror. All of the browsing things are for Conqueror. So I would not have packaged this application as a snap. This thing, I'm not sure if it's English US. Let's check. So it's with a Z, not with a S. So this is a bug. This is a very not okay capitalization. Should use title capitalization in the sense that this should be not title, sentence. Yeah, so the first H should be uppercase. The rest of the characters are okay. History cleaner, temporary file cleaner. It helps provide additional privacy on a system shared between multiple users. Yeah, so this is a lie. Can quickly remove web page cookies is a lie because nobody uses the KDE web browser Conqueror. Everybody uses, I don't know what, Mozilla Firefox, Chromium, Google Chrome. So it totally doesn't live up to what it suggests it can do. Only issues I see with having this application present in the official Snap store. Calm breathing techniques. Wow. Let's see this thing. KDE and Live. What is this thing? Photo and video KDE. So this is wrong capitalization. KDE and Live. Okay. I'm not sure what type of capitalization is this one. It's probably title capitalization in Chicago style. I don't really know why. Extremely rarely you should use title capitalization. Unfortunately, the KDE applications do use a ton of title capitalization inside of the main menu, which in my opinion is not okay. But you should keep the consistency. If most KDE applications have title capitalization in the main menu, then you do the same with your application. So from is with the lowercase and lowercase CPP lowercase. Why is CPP lowercase? Okay. Next up says video editor. So this is probably the short description of the application based on the MLT framework. What is that? I'm not sure if this thing is similar to the KDE application, the KDE page. Okay, so the screenshots are not okay, not the same. In apps.kde.org, there's 6 screenshots. In the Snap Store, there's just 1, and they're different. And there's this glitch where you can go back, but there's nothing to go back to. So it seems to be 2 images, one is missing and the other one is wrong. Okay, so the images, the screenshots are wrong. Multimedia, icon multimedia. What is that? A bug. AA. So this icon is missing and the alternate text is being shown. Okay. Then the long description should be identical. Either this is older or this is older. This is what I guess. Why would we use 2 different descriptions for the same application in 2 different places? In the official website of the application and in the Snap Store. Is a video editing application versus is a non-linear video editor. And non-linear doesn't mean anything to anyone, so this is technical stuff. Should not be used. It offers advanced editing features, a variety of effects and transitions, color correction, audio post-production. This doesn't sound like English. It provides the flexibility to render into practically any format of your choice. This doesn't sound okay in English. This is missing an S. This is a way too long phrase, should be broken down into sentences. Features, intuitive, multi-track interface. So 2 bullet points end with a dot, one doesn't. Make up your mind. AI-powered tools. I wouldn't bet there's such a thing. Okay, websites. What's the website? So this is the correct website, right? kdnlive.org, not kd.org. Of course. Contact. So it says bugs.kd.org product neon component snaps. Oof. This might be the correct URL. Okay, but also this guy is really good. bugs.kd.org, enter bug product equals KDE. So I'm not exactly sure if this is not okay. Report the snap, share, how to install. Okay, maybe some of these information can be put into the Snap Store. Maybe the Snap Store already has support for, I know, the license type or some of this information, but maybe the information is not provided for the application KDE Live. So if the KDE Live does some source code changes, then some additional information might be shown on this page or not. Depends if the Snap Store has support for this additional information. So additional information would be, does it use a matrix channel? Yes. What is it? Does it use an IRC channel? Yes. What is it? Does it has a Mastodon? Does it have a Mastodon? Yes. Is there a forum? Where is the manual page? License? Where is the forge? Where the source code is hosted? Maybe fundraising? Yes. Okay, 24.12.2. Let's see if we can install it correctly. So snap install. So this is the final snap, the snap for the application itself. And this snap also depends on additional snaps like the Core 22 and others. Connects to GPU. Okay. Whoa. Plenty of output shown, and that's not a great sign. So it says something about the color scheme not being watchable. So this is an issue that I have seen in other snap packages from the KDE community. Starting render server profile path. MLT7. And then inside of the snap, so snap KDE live, then 115, there's a /usr3, /usr/bin/melt. Can we actually run this application? Yes, we can. That's cool. This is developer output. Should not exist. Starting task manager closure active thread. It's very verbose by default. The Qt style logging. Some Frey 0R plugins are missing. This looks like a packaging issue or a developer issue. Could not parse stylesheet of object. GLSL manager. Trying to convert empty kel localized string to QString. Let's see what this thing is. Yeah, there's a ton of work to be done on maybe both on the KDE Live application and also in the packaging effort for KDE Live for Snap. AV filter plugins are not available. Why would they not be? That's why you create a binary package that's large and it's controlled by the software developer, which is the KDE community and KDE Live project. It bundles whatever you want it to bundle. There's no licensing issues. There's no software patent issues. So why not bundle everything? I would have put all of these AV filter plugins, all of these Frey R plugins, all of these Let's-Pop plugins, etc. inside of the bundle, inside of the Snap package. And then there's a ton of Solid things. Solid is a KDE framework that's a wrapper over the file system changes, in the sense that it notifies when a new partition comes up, how many partitions there are, how many disks, how many NVMEs, how many SSDs, maybe the speed of the drives. And probably also with the insertion of USB mass storage devices. It could find FFmpeg, which is from FFmpeg platform. Okay. Ton of output from udisks, which is from Solid, the KDE framework, because of AppArmor limitations. OpenGL. Not found document guides. This looks childish, putting more than one exclamation point. Again, 3 exclamation points. Why? One is more than enough. And even a dot is even better than a full stop, is even better than an exclamation mark. Okay, let's see. So the application did start, didn't show any first run wizard, which I guess it should have shown. Let's see if it's a Qt 5 or a Qt 6 application. From the theme, it looks like a Qt 6 application. Qt 6.8.1. That's newer than the other applications. Those were 6.7.2, and this is 6.8.1. And this is Ubuntu 2024.04 LTS. So it's from the last year, not from 3 years ago. KDE Framework 6.9, not 6.6. URL seems to work okay. This URL is wrong. Should have been this URL. With format guided product KDE live and then version. Launch bug reporting wizard. Let's see if this thing exists. I know. So OS Ubuntu Core 24.24 x86-64. I'm not sure what this thing is. Ubuntu Core and then 24 twice. Doesn't say snap. Doesn't say Ubuntu 24.10. So something's wrong with this line, the OS line. Let's put a bug. Totally not Ubuntu Core. So Ubuntu Core is an operating system from Ubuntu from Canonical, and the host operating system is not that, it's Ubuntu 24.10, and then the semi-Linux distribution that's inside of the snap confinement, that's Ubuntu 24.04, the Core 24 snap, and additional packages, additional snap packages on top. Okay, version 25.03.70. So that's from March. And there's no such thing. How could this thing have been released? It was not. So it's probably packaging the Git master branch, which is wrong. You should not ship in the Snap store unreleased software. you are using the snap package. Ubuntu Core 24 XCB. Let's see if copying text works. Reset configuration. This will delete KDE Live's configuration file and restart the application. Do you want to proceed? The dialog is too wide. The aspect ratio height versus width is wrong. It should wrap automatically and put the second sentence on a second line. Reset configuration, KDE Live. Okay. Let's see what's happening. There's a configuration file KDE Live -snap-rc. Into my home directory, there's a not hidden directory named snap, and then the name of the snap KDE Live, and then the version 115, and then file similar to what you find in the home directory, so a hidden .config directory. Let's actually see that directory. So home snap, and then KDE Live version, or probably current goes to the same place. And then config. Wow. This is a mini distribution Linux operating system inside of a snap package. Has icon, has application association for RSS feeds, which KDE Live totally cannot show or use RSS feeds, or for Mathematica files. So way too many files and technologies are bundled inside of a snap package. That's because it works, and additional effort is required to remove the files which are extra. Themes. What is themes? Not a file, not a directory. What is it? And the configuration file was .config KDE Live snap rc, this guy. The icon theme looks okay. Seems to be the correct one, which is the Breeze theme. Okay. The open dialog is shown by XDG desktop portal KDE, so something's wrong here. This text is not human readable, so I'm not sure why it's shown here. At least it's modal, which is a good thing. So this is a bug. XDG desktop. This text is not human eligible. Shown to humans. Okay. I'm not sure if this scroll bar is okay. It's too wide. But it's okay. It's this is the theme. Okay, it's just that the theme has it's using Breeze Dark instead of Breeze Light, which is okay. Okay, let's see if searching works. Effect, and it does. If the icons are correct, no, they're not. This is a 1 pixel line, and this is a 2 pixel line. So these two icons are wrong. So some of the icons are not Breeze icons. Let's also do a screenshot of this thing. What is wrong? Some are good, and let's mark them. And some are bad. Lines. And text. Sport. No breeze icons. How can we create something? I don't know how to use this application at all. Render. Add clips. How do we add clips? How do we start recording? Add image sequence, add color clip. Okay, how long is this thing? Let's play back. Wait. Project render. Render to file. I have no clue what I'm doing. There's clip monitor and project monitor. Project render. Render length 5 seconds. It's rendering 5 seconds of a single color. Start job. Starting. Ton of QML errors. I cannot prove that rendering works. This should be it. Next up. Put it into this directory. So the project was saved. I'm not sure exactly what it saved. Because I have created a short 5-second video of just a one plain color, and then I have put that short video into the timeline to be rendered. Let's see another application. Marble. Let's see Marble. Updated 1 month ago. Version 24.12.1. Snap install Marble. "12 seconds to install. "10 seconds to start the first time." It's okay, it's probably creating a number of files and directories for the current Linux user. Oh. What are we seeing here? Verbose debug logs. I can see a meeting download complete, which doesn't seem to be a warning or an error. Whereas invalid parent size is a warning or an error. The size of the something seems wrong with the images that have been downloaded. They're at a wrong resolution, so it's not readable what's happening here. It's not readable at any resolution. The fonts are missing a ton of pixels. I'm not using any strange DPI, high DPI, 1080p resolution. I'm not sure if Marble should look like this by default when using the OpenStreetMap source, but it doesn't look okay. A classic topographic map. What is that? I'm not sure what this thing is. Satellite view. What does satellite view mean? Political map. So from what I see, a good source should be selected by default. So this seems to be a good source. This seems to be a wrong source. This is historical. This is not okay as a default. I'm not sure what this thing is, but doesn't look human readable. Plain map, political map. Political map, I'm not sure what it is. It refuses to show Germany. The Germans are not allowed to exist or something. Precipitation, December. December, how many years ago? July. Okay, so from what I see, the only source which is okay to be used by default is OpenStreetMap. And the first time that I started the Marble Virtual Globe, the application, it did not show the source OpenStreetMap by default. But then this source doesn't have readable fonts. The moon. Doesn't show ellipses in here. Says the map is based on data from, should show 3 dots to know that the text is ellipsized, and if we hover we can have a tooltip with a full text. Okay, let's write down. By default it should show the OpenStreetMap source. The fonts for let's do a screenshot. Active window. Copy. Like this. Marble SM. Okay, next up, the moon. So I put the text, celestial body, moon, theme, moon. Description is too long to fit. The screenshot is probably going to be the one that makes it clear what the issue is. Okay. What else? Handbook, yes. And probably old. And it forgets the selection. If I go OpenStreetMap and then moon and back to Earth, it will go back to Atlas. Show toolbar. Panels. Files, edit maps. Tour. Whoa, very old icons. Settings, panel tour. Marble, main menu, settings, panels, tools. as pre breeze icons. Oh, oxygen. Or maybe they're breeze, but they're just... No, they're old. Yeah. The play icon is very colorful. But it resembles the add bookmark icon. A ton of the icons are not breeze. This is totally not breeze. Okay, that's not okay. Marble virtual globe. This doesn't look professional. The fact that there's an empty space, then an icon, then a checkbox, then an empty space. Info box is speedometer. File open. And this is not from Marble. The file open dialog is probably from the XDG desktop portal KDE, but it has the correct text open file. I'm not sure how to prove that. It probably does, but it's okay if we ask. Strange that I can move things around in here, but not the speedometer. Okay, enough with Marble. Also, the icon of the application is not Breeze. This icon doesn't resemble other Breeze icons, and the perspective is interesting. The theme seems to be Breeze, the Qt widgets theme. This is weak contrast, white on light blue. Room icon has wrong trust, white, blue. That's marble. Weak contrast. Marble main menu, help, find action. If you mouse hover on the current selected action, command bar, clear history. Icon is white on very light blue. Okay, enough with marble. So this is how it happens, because maybe there weren't enough man hours of manual testing performed on the individual KDE applications, or again because you cannot, nobody is really paid to fix the issues that are encountered by manual testers. Even if we throw many manual testers at KDE applications, a large number of issues will be found, but who is to actually fix those issues? We're just going to encounter issues, have a large list of issues per each KDE application, and maybe most of them will never be tackled, fixed. That's how it happens. Next up. Kate. Let's do Kate. Let's do Kate. Snap install Kate. Snap install Kate. This version of Snapkate was published using classic confinement and thus may perform arbitrary system changes outside of the security sandbox. Let's see if that's the case. We click on install. It says that we should use this command. Okay. Paste. So it seems that there's an integer version, maybe auto increment for snaps, and Kate is at version 197. There's 3 snap channels for the application KDE Kate, which is a text editor. There's stable, candidate, and edge. Stable and candidate might contain the same thing. And edge is really old, so it's not how you would expect. You would expect edge to be, I know, built from Git master branch, and then candidate be the newest stable release from the KDE Kate project, and then stable might be equal to the one that's the build that's in candidate, or might be a bit older. But still, both candidate and stable should be release versions of the application. By release means that the KDE Kate application from time to time does software releases which have a version number, so they increment the version number for the KDE Kate product, and then they release a source tarball of the KDE Kate source code, which can be built and which then will be, this source tarball will be included in the various Linux operating systems and other means of packaging the stable release of the KDE Kate project. Okay, let's see how we start Kate. So there's multiple Kates. 1/snap/bin/kate and another 1/usr/bin/kate. I'm not sure how to start the snap one. Let's try with the full path first. Okay, it opened some random thing from memory. How do we tell it to open the current directory? No need, because it opens the current directory by default inside of the projects tool window. Okay. These 4 icons are wrong because they're not using 1 pixel lines. So these are probably, I know, 32 pixel icons which are stretched from 16 or maybe 12 pixels. Okay. These are not this great because there's one colorful icon, and then the rest are just black and white. Let's open some random files in here. Okay, let's see side by side the version that I have installed. So from the packages from Ubuntu 24.10 versus the one installed from Snap, which is really fresh, 24.12. And I have an older version from Ubuntu 24.04. So I have 24.04.08, and in Snap there's 24.12. Wrong theming. It's not using the Breeze theme. You can see that by the fact that the scroll bars are different. The tab has this blue line above it. The tabs are rounded in a different way. The colors are different. This group box is rounded, whereas this one is not, or a panel, or what this thing is. It's showing accelerators by default when it should not. It should only show them when I press the Alt key, like this. Okay, so Kate, wrong, cute, widgets, theme, probably Fusion instead. Breeze light. Okay, that's a bug. It's opening the wrong web browser. So instead of using what I want, which is Mozilla Firefox, it uses a random web browser, which is Chromium. Chromium Qt 5, from what I see. Snap apps, open URLs in the wrong web browser. Instead of the what? Okay, what else? The icon theme is the correct one, which is Breeze, but the Qt widgets theme is wrong, which is Fusion. Let's see projects. Yeah, so I'm totally not used to not seeing the breeze theme. In here it looks like a bug with this 2 pixel wide line. This filter doesn't use the frameless style. So it's rounded corners, and you can see that it's, I don't know, floating or something, whereas this one is just pixel perfect. The difference between this text box and this tree view is pretty jarring in here. So it's a bevel where it's raised, and then it's a sudden drop, and then it's another bevel. So it doesn't look that modern. Other than that, things look pretty okay. This shows a different thing in here. So here it says Ubuntu 24.10, 24.10, whereas the other one said Ubuntu Core 22 space 22. Okay, what else? To submit a bug report, click on the button below. This will open a web browser window on bugs.kde.org, where you will find a form to fill in. Information displayed above will be transferred to that server. Launch bug report wizard. It only puts here Kate and version, not the rest of the information. So it ignores the OS. Kate handbook. Okay. Why don't we see anything written to the standard output? Because Kate backgrounds itself the way Visual Studio Code does. Maybe. Okay. Okay, so F1 doesn't do anything. Help, Kate handbook doesn't do anything. Find action. Oh, many actions are here. This cute widgets theme doesn't have 2 rows of checkboxes and icons. It has just 1 row. So that's why you see icon, 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 nothing, and then checkbox, 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 checkbox. If there's both a checkbox and an icon, probably shows the checkbox with higher priority. If there's no checkbox to show, then it might show an icon if the menu item action does have an icon. These things are bold, and I'm not sure why. That's a bug. Maybe it's from the theme, from the Qt theme. This totally doesn't look like a button. Wow, this is a button. It looks like a label, but if you click on it, it does the same thing as clicking on this button. Interesting. Right click in here, click in here, different menus, different context menus because they use different themes. So this one is rounded corners, whereas this one is not. Undo, redo, cut, copy, paste, select, step up, step down. More space, which is not that great, at the top and at the bottom of each item. Select all. Select all. Okay, let's see if search works. Font. Why does it show markup YML for font? That's strange. Markup YML. Where's the font in here? Yeah, there's something strange happening with markup YAML. Let's report it. So configure window. And distribute search font. Not okay. Theme Breeze Light. But this is the theme of the, is the color theme. Wow. Let's see if we can switch the Qt theme. Application style. Okay, so default and fusion, which is probably the same thing, do exist, but the Qt widgets theme Breeze Light and Breeze Dark are not available into the Kate snap. So either it's not bundled inside of the Kate snap, or maybe it's provided by another snap, but this snap doesn't know how to connect to that snap to find the .so file for the Breeze Qt widgets theme. Show path in title bar. The to-do view, tool view, seems to work okay. So we've opened the current directory, which is the git clone of the KDE Git repository kconfig, a ton of source code files. In here, cpp files, .h files, etc. And this tool window for to-dos, search is for to-do or fix me with a regular expression. So \b means word boundary. So it searches for this text, this whole word, or this whole word. I'm not sure if it's case sensitive or not. Probably case insensitive. How do we go to the next? What's the shortcut for going next? Let's find in here, find action, next. Tools, to do. Does it have to do? No, F3. Nope. So a shortcut should be created for the most important button from this tool window, which is the button next. Otherwise, you could use the accelerator, so Alt-N. Seems to work okay. As a text editor, it has all of the features in the sense that it can load directories correctly, can load files correctly, has syntax highlighting, is fast. I couldn't find any functional issue, but then for nice to haves, I did find some issues, like the fact that it doesn't use the correct theme, the Qt theme. It uses Fusion instead of Breeze. Okay, so that's it. One more application and then that should be it. But you get the idea. If you want to manually test a ton of KDE applications packaged as Snap, then you should do something similar to what I did today. Let's see an application. Which one? This one, Angelfish. Snap install. Let's see how to install this one. So it's not classic, just install Angelfish. Let's see the version of the Snap. So it's 24.12.2, which is probably Ubuntu 22 Snap core. So I have installed the Angelfish snap from the default channel, the stable channel, and the application failed to start, as most snap applications said this thing: queued session management error, could not open network socket, but this is probably benign, I'm going to guess. But then it said trap core dumped. I can also see that permission denied for credentials.cc, which is a C++ source code file. So it seems like it doesn't have permissions to write or to read from the hard disk. Maybe some settings, maybe the last visited of history, maybe the bookmarks or favorites. Let's try to start it again. And no. How do we do this? Strace. Strace doesn't show much. So there's write. So we have credentials.cc. Let's investigate exactly what happens on this line if we can, but probably I will not be able to. And then this should be it. How do we do that? So I have KDE builder. Let's build Angelfish, maybe. Ctrl-Shift-T, KDE. .38 Git repositories to download and build. This is going to take a while. Let's use the online Git repository view. So KDE invent Angelfish. So it says credentials.cc, but I don't have a path. So just the file name, not a path. Where could it be? And there, the file name is lowercase. Okay, so the C++ files are lowercase, all lowercase, whereas the UI is QML files, and these use Pascal casing. Credentials.cc. Let me dig for this thing. I have installed from the Snap Store the latest version of the web browser Angelfish from the KDE community. This web browser works correctly both on mobile phones, for instance on KDE Plasma Mobile running on a mobile phone, and on desktops such as the KDE Plasma desktop. If we run it, it crashes with this text: credentials.cc line 126, check failed, permission denied, trace breakpoint core dumped. Let's see if journal knows about this thing. If I remember correctly, the command line. So I wanted to go descending in time. Says something about angelfish. .46. Let's run the command again. I don't see anything about a core dump. What's the core dump CTL? Seems that systemd core dump is not installed by default on Ubuntu 24.10. Let's try to run, I don't know, trace. It says credentials.cc check failed. I'm not sure from which process is the output. I'm not sure from which thread. And then it says running migration for SQLite. Again, I'm not sure if this is the issue. For permission denied, why would it dump? I'm not sure if strace will find the correct process, because angelfish is actually a snap process tree. So there's confinements and all sorts of processes which are running, because angelfish just contains a stub of the executable that will actually start the whole snap machinery. So strace, I'm not sure if it follows through the children to the processes that are spawned by the parent process. The command line parameter that we want is probably minus ff. So follow forks and output separately. Or at least follow forks. Trace child processes as they are rated by currently traced processes as a result of fork v4 clone. Let's see just f first. And now this is showing a different error. There's no credentials.cc anymore. Maybe this is the issue. Write to, so that writes to file descriptor 2, which is 0120 is standard input, 1 is standard output, 2 is standard error. Cannot fstat canonical snap directory. Permission denied. Equals 59. Exit group. And the file that seems to want to find, it's /proc/1/root/snap. In here we can see how the sub processes are started. From inside the snapd snap, which has a huge version, there's this executable snap-confine, base score 22, snap angelfish. Maybe this is it. This is all there is to it. No need to use a debugger or anything. GDB has troubles running Angelfish. Because it finds that the process tries to start this snap-confine process. And it immediately sees the crash and the exit of the process. So maybe GDB needs to be told to also follow the children processes. Or maybe there's a special way of running GDB with snaps, something that's pre-built, because it's probably often that you want to run a snap application within GDB. Let's search for that. I have searched for GDB Linux Snap. I get to the pages using GDB and GDB server. Says that we don't want to introspect the snap environment and the application itself. We want to run GDB within its own framework. The snap daemon embeds GDB. So there's a GDB somewhere inside the snap framework. And we can use that by running sudo snap run gdb and then the application name. So let's see that. That debugging will not be available. Okay. And now says that snap gdb shim, there's such a thing, has received a signal. C to continue without paging. /usr/bin/angelfish. A new program has been started. Continue. And the process has crashed, but we don't get additional information. We should really not run Angelfish as the user root because we have the X11 server window, windowing server running, and then maybe if Angelfish starts as the user root, it will not be able to connect to the X server that's running as my user. So debugging maybe running correctly inside GDB, inside the Snap framework, a graphical user interface application, which is packaged as a Snap package, is not that straightforward. Then there's also dev mode, which means that I don't know, there's less confinement around the process. Then you need debug symbols. There's an entire hour and a half that you need to be investigating and reading through all of these pages from ubuntu.com such that you can get an idea of how to debug issues as completely as possible using the tools that are built into the Snap framework. There's this thing called Snappy Debug. You can enter inside of a confinement with this command line parameter, snap run ---- shell. Let's see if that actually works. Why am I running as the user root? So we're inside the confinement for the snap package Angelfish. You can see that the path environment variable is very much dedicated to Angelfish, or snap/angelfish40, usr sbin, usr bin, sbin, bin, and kf6 usr bin. Which GDB? No GDB in here. No S-trace. Okay. Control Q to resume. Control D. Then there's advanced complications if your application is not meant to run interactively in a Unix shell, but to background itself as a daemon. And Ubuntu Snap seems to use systemd and require a Linux operating system that has systemd available. If you try to install an application, we go at the install button. It will show only operating systems that have systemd. It doesn't show, for instance, Alpine Linux. Okay, so this is it. This is how you can take each of the applications that are published as Snap packages on the official Snap store, applications by the KDE community, install them, take a random KDE application, install it, and then go through all of the items in the graphical user interface, read carefully, thoroughly all of the texts, make sure that the correct icon theme is used, the correct widget theme is used, the correct QML theme is used, the correct color scheme is being used, make sure that the UI looks okay, elements of it are not truncated, try to exercise most of the elements in the main menu of the application. This is how I discovered, for instance, that some applications do not have a product manual. Make sure all of the applications use the same file open dialogues and file save dialogues. These dialogues should come from the portal, from the KDE portal, but then the title should be the correct one, not the name of the portal, for instance. Or you could install for one KDE application both the version that's available in your Linux operating system binary packages. For instance, in my case, it's Kubuntu 24.10. So in the deb packages from the official upstream repositories, and the application from Snap. Run them side by side, as I did with Kate. On half of the screen have the Kate that's installed from binary packages. On the other half of the screen have the Kate that's installed from Snaps, and do compare the two applications. Maybe some features do not work in the Snap version, but you just do not know what to look for. Whereas if you're seeing that the complicated feature works in such and such way, if the application is installed via binary packages, and works in a different way if you install it as Snap, maybe incompletely, maybe it doesn't have all of the needed third-party libraries available, all of the needed plugins installed, then that's also an issue. This is how I would test graphical user interface applications from the KDE community, which are packaged into the Snap Store. Thank you.